Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. I have a quick video that will solve lots of people's problems. It often happens that people end up with incorrect information in the metadata, in the file headers of their images. And this information will prevent you from being able to do processing in PixInsight. It could be that the filter names are wrong. It could be that there's something wrong with the coordinates in the file headers of many files. So there's a script that exists. It's a script that's written by Mike Cranfield, one of many very useful scripts that he has created. And this one I don't think has been highlighted. It's one that really does solve problems in like 10 seconds. So I think it is deserving of a quick look, and that's what I'd like to do in this video. So if you ever have a problem with information that's in your file headers, use this script and you'll fix it almost instantly. Hi everyone, in previous videos I've shown how if you have inaccurate or missing information in your FITS header, it can cause all kinds of problems for processes in PixInsight. For example, if you don't have the correct filter name in your file headers, in your FITS headers, then when you use WBPP, it won't work correctly, or it might not give you what you're expecting to get. Another recent example I demonstrated is one where I had a set of files like this. And the issue with this data is that the coordinates are invalid. They're not correct. The deck coordinate here, do you see how it has a 60? That is the last place of a sexagesimal value. Can't be 60 actually, can only go to 59.99, so on. And then it would flip to 0, and then you would increment the minute spot. So these are the kinds of problems that you can have. And again, they'll cause all kinds of problems in PixInsight if they're not fixed. What I haven't explicitly demonstrated is how to fix them. So that's what I'm going to be doing in this video. These problems then, in the headers, need to be modified by adjusting either the keyword here, that's the column on the left, that's a keyword, or the value that a keyword has. For example, if we look here at the filter keyword, it has a value of oxygen 3. That same keyword can have a different value, like HA for hydrogen alpha. So in this particular case, this example I'm going to show is one where we're going to adjust the coordinate, because that's what needs to be fixed. By the way, I can open this in PixInsight. It will open up, but what it won't do is it won't load in WBPP, because WBPP actually reads that metadata. It reads the coordinates because it's going to display it in one of the panels for informational purposes. But because it can't understand that value, it's just not a valid value, it throws an error. And then that prevents that file from working and basically from WBPP proceeding. So we got to fix those files. Now, Mike Cranfield, the famous Mike Cranfield, has made lots and lots of very helpful scripts. One of these scripts is the one we're going to use. It's a simple script, but enough people were clamoring for it that he just went ahead and he made it. It's called the Batch Fits Keyword Editor. And this will edit either keywords or their values. You can add keywords, subtract keywords. Basically, you can just modify a file header of that metadata information. The repository to use is here. Now, this is just a small snippet of my full list of repository URLs, and a good fraction of them here are some of Mike's, but this one is BFKE. That's the Batch Fits Keyword Editor. So let me now show you how to fix the particular set of files that I had this problem with, but you can imagine doing the same thing with filter names and other things. So let me just load the files first. Here are the files we're going to load. That's step one. Then we need to decide what we're going to be doing to keywords. Well, we're not going to add them. We're going to edit ones that already exist. In this case, it's that declination. So I believe it was called object dec. That's the keyword. And we're going to be changing its value. So the current value, you can see right there, that's the problematic value, that's 60. And then by default, it has this second option checked, which is going to allow us to put a new value in place. And a comment, by the way, is a third column that's not always used, but in a fits header, you have a keyword, a value, and the third column is a comment, which is just a string. It's just anything you want to type up till a certain number of characters. So you can't write a book there. It can be a very small number of things you can just write to indicate what it is. Usually it's like units. And just so we understand what Mike is doing here, we can copy data from another keyword if we want to. But what we've got checked here is when we're not using a source keyword, which is the first choice, then we can put in a new value. So what would we put? All of the declination values of all those images have this 60 there. It's the same coordinate. That has to do with how WBPP, and no, actually in this case, it has to do with how those values were written to the file by the acquisition software. They all got the same value because, of course, it was observing the same field. So we're going to put -10, that's okay. 26, that's okay. But then, instead of 60, we can put 59.99, and that's going to be okay. That's a valid value. And we could even write the word, adjusted here or something. And then we have to just decide what kind of output we want to get. We can output files that have like a postfix, like literally fixed if we wanted to, and it's going to make a copy. So we're going to still have the files that have not good information with a new set of files that are going to be okay. Recently, he has put this option here where you can just in situ, that is in place, change that information and not have to have a copy of the files. But just be careful when you do this. Know that you're going to literally be going into those files and modifying that, that value. You can always undo it and just put the original value back if you know what it is. I'm going to just demonstrate first by showing you a copy, and then we'll change a filter of some sort of these files. But let's just go ahead and do this. Oh, no output directory. No, I definitely want an output directory. So let's go ahead and specify where we need to do this. Okay, there's that same directory, actually. Now, it'll just go do it. It doesn't take it long because it's just changing basically characters in a fits header. And now that it's completed it, we should be able to see in the File Explorer, we now have the original file here, which shows us a bad, invalid coordinate, and a fixed version of it. I don't know, is this actually the same file? Should be. And the fixed version shows -10, 26, 59.99. It's that simple. That's all you need to do now to fix a problem like this, is use his script and do it. I want to show you in situ, I just like using that word, in place, how to fix the information. So I'm going to change the O3 filter files, and I'm going to say, oh, those are supposed to be H-alpha files or something like that. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to come back to here. And first thing is I'm going to, everything that was just fixed star, these are all my fixed files. I'm going to delete them because I don't need them anymore. Now I do star here. So these are the original files, and the only ones I want to mess with are star 03. These are the ones I want to load. And then, of course, we're still going to edit. We're going to go to filter 03, but now we want the new value to be HA. And this time, I don't know if I actually need to erase this, but I will. I'm going to say overwrite the existing. Let's make sure it's still going to the correct directory. It is. And I'm going to just go OK. You've enabled the option to allow existing files to be overwritten. This may lead to irreversible data loss. Are you happy to continue? Yeah. So it did it. I should now be able to come here to the File Explorer, look at an O3, go to the filter, which I have to find. There it is. And now it says HA instead of O3. Now, that's a terrible thing to do. I can go right back and fix it, right? So we just add those same files back, like this. Then we need to do edit. Go down here to wherever filter is. I'm going too fast. There it is. Filter, new value, like that. Do this, this, this. Make sure it's going to the correct place. Press OK. Yep. And now I've just undone what I just did. I now have my original files back. That information is now put back into place. So I hope you now see the power of being able to adjust, and this is more powerful than I'm showing. The script will allow you to do some other kinds of adjustments to the metadata. But if you have a metadata type problem, a FITS header kind of issue in more than one file, although this will do one file just as well, this is a great tool to use. So I hope you enjoyed seeing how to use this particular script, and just know that if you ever encounter this issue, you have an excellent recourse to fix the problem.